You're watching the GHSA football semifinals on GPTV.
Welcome back to the Georgia Dome. We are getting ready for the kickoff of the AA semifinal between Early County and Mary Persons. I am happy to introduce the AA analyst. He is shorter than I am, shorter than Dexter Wood he was anyway. Chuck Conley from Gainesville. Chuck, welcome back to the Dome. You were here last year to do some analyzing.
Thank you. I'm proud to be back and looking forward to it. It's an exciting time.
All right, two great teams. We've got Mary Persons. But first, we'd like to introduce a little preview on the team of Early County. Here's Bo Estes.
For the Early County Bobcats, a trip to the Georgia Dome couldn't come soon enough. And with last week's win over Villa Rica putting them in the AA semifinals in Atlanta, the mood of the team and the community is sky high.
It's just a wonderful thing. It's our community. We're in South Georgia in a rural community that's, these kids are so excited about coming to this Georgia Dome and being on TV and doing the things that, it's just, we can't tell you what it does for our community. The excitement level is sky high, so we're thrilled to death.
On offense, the Bobcats are led by quarterback Donald Freeman and tailback Darren Barber, who came out of nowhere to catch the coach's attention.
Believe it or not, 2 years ago, he was a manager. He wasn't even a player, so that's kind of a good nice story to see. That from a manager to he said, Coach, I want to play football, and so we let him out, and look what he's done. He's an outstanding running back. So, that's a story in itself.
Another story has been the defense, led by all-everything linebacker Ricardo Winbush, linebacker Anthony Thompson, and defensive back Chris Price. With all the pieces in place, Early County now hopes it's not too late to win the state.
All right, thanks, Bo. Harry Wayne Parrish has got that Early County team ready to go.
I know they're excited. He's got an outstanding football team. They run a wing T pro offense. But the key to their success, I believe, this year has been their defense, especially with their linebackers. They can really run to the ball.
Anthony Thompson and Ricardo Winbush are the key guys on that defense, that's for sure.
Winbush, we've heard a whole lot about. He's an outstanding player, D1 prospect, 6'2", 225, and can fly.
Okay. Now, we've told you about Early County. Now we'll tell you about Mary Persons. For a preview, here's Eric Hunter.
To come from behind against an undefeated team like Hart County took a lot of heart, and Mary Persons did just that, 19-14 in the AA quarterfinals last week. In the semis, they'll certainly have to jump on top early against Early County.
We need to control the football, and they've got one of the best defenses in the state, so we're going to feel like we're going to have to throw the football more than we normally do to win this football game.
The Bulldogs have that capability with senior Kelly Edge at quarterback. Edge has thrown for 9 TDs and run for 8 more with nearly 1,500 yards of total offense. Junior running back Jamario Smith is potent, having topped the 1,000-yard rushing mark. Add fullback Wayne Wilder's 700 rushing yards and look out Early County defense. The Bulldogs have a swarming defense with guys like Alan Benson and Fallon Pettigrew at linebacker and strong safety, and you gotta believe legendary former head coach Dan Pitts will be somewhere in the Georgia Dome watching his beloved Bulldogs.
And there you have it from Mary Persons. Thank you, Eric Hunter. Mary Persons here without head coach Dan Pitts. He is one of the winningest coach of all time.
Yeah, it's got to be a challenge, but it's got to be exciting for Coach Chafin to come in here and experience the success his first year as head coach. They're running their traditional wishbone offense.
Right.
They're going to get after you. These kids are so much tradition that you know they're going to play well and play hard.
Coach Chafin has just a little bit of pressure on him to follow in the footsteps of Dan Pitts.
No doubt, he certainly does, but you know that he's been there for so long that it's not something that's completely Greek to him. He's been there, he's done that. All he's doing is keeping the momentum going.
All right, the two guys that are going to call the game this afternoon is going to be Chuck Hushin and also former Georgia Tech quarterback John Dewberry. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone. An interesting matchup in this game. Two teams that defeated previously unbeaten clubs to get into the semifinal matchup in AA. Early County was a winner over Villa Rica, the team that was undefeated and ranked #1 in the state in AA. And Mary Persons went on the road to Hartwell, way up near South Carolina, and they defeated the Hart County Bulldogs. Let's go to the sidelines now and our colleague, John Nelson.
Thanks, guys. Here with Jeff Davis of GNN and the High School Scoreboard Show. You want to talk about the Harry Wayne Parrish family factor here?
Well, the whole town is showing up, supposedly, for this event. The school is closed today, and Harry Wayne Parrish's daughter, who lives in Spokane, Washington, is here in the Georgia Dome to cheer on her team, along with Coach Parrish's 4-week-old granddaughter, Ayla. They're both up in the stands right now, cheering for their grandfather and father.
Okay, so it's a family affair for Harry Wayne Parrish. Blakely's apparently closed. They're all here watching the football game. Jim, take us away.
And there's a shot of head coach Dan Pitts. When we return, AA showdown between Early County and Mary Persons. Chuck Hush and John Dewberry will have the call after these messages and a word from GPTV.
This is GPTV, your PBS station, serving Atlanta and all of Georgia. GPTV, bringing you the best.
You're watching the GHSA football semifinals on GPTV.
Dogs and cats have never gotten along, and this game will be no different. Where most schools use the run to set up the pass, the Bulldogs of Mary Persons use the run to set up the run. The trio to watch is quarterback Kelly Edge and running backs Terrence Walker and Jamario Smith. On the other hand, for the Bobcats of Early County, the pass sets up the pass. It's a clash of styles for the right to host the AA finale. Next. Live from the Georgia Dome, it's the Georgia High School Association Football Championships. Major funding for this program is provided by Georgia Natural Gas Services, an affiliate of Atlanta Gas Light Company. Additional funding is provided by IBEW Local Union 613. Also, South Trust Bank, Campus Critters, and Elan Natural Waters. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the AA semifinal championship between Early County and Mary Persons. Jim Giannacchio back with the coach, Chuck Conley from Gainesville. Coach, it's going to be a great ball game today.
I'm real excited. I think we got a great ball game in store for us.
What are some of the key points of both teams today that we're going to watch for?
I think that Early County, they're going to have their hands full. They got to stop Mary Persons' running attack. They're going to have to make Mary Persons beat them doing something that they don't like to do necessarily, and that's throw the football. And they can't make any mistakes in the kicking game.
And there you see your points on the screen right there. So, block Ricardo Wimbush. That's going to be a big thing for Mary Persons, huh?
It's going to be a challenge in itself. He's quite an athlete, 6'2", 225, D1 prospect. Mary Persons also has got to stay out of third and long in ball control.
Okay, here's the matchup. Early County against Mary Persons today. The winner of today's game plays the winner of tomorrow's AA game scheduled for 3 p.m. on GPTV. Carrollton and Pepperell, those two great teams as well.
No, they are certainly are. I went and watched Carrollton play last weekend, and they are a handful. They can do it all.
All right, let's go upstairs now to our announcers that will call the game, Chuck Hushin and John Dewberry.
Thank you very much, Jim. And we've got Mary Persons and Early County coming up today. John Dewberry, two teams that are very run-oriented in their offensive styles of attack. And Early County has a great defense that's extremely fast.
And that may necessitate Mary Persons putting the ball up a little bit more than they're accustomed to. But as you point out, both teams like to keep the ball on the ground. You will see that Early County will throw the football a little bit more behind quarterback Donald Freeman.
Okay, folks, and remember this name, Ricardo Wimbush. He's a linebacker for the Early County Bobcats, and he is a good one. Everyone in the country is recruiting him. You see the statistics for Early County. They come in at 9-1 overall, and primarily a rushing team with over 2,000 rushing yards on the season, 33 rushing touchdowns. They don't throw it that much, but they throw it enough to keep teams off balance defensively. And you see the head coach of the Mary Persons Bulldogs, Steve Chafin. Mary Persons, of course, as we said a moment ago, also likes to run the football. They are 8-2 in the regular season. They come into this one 11-2 after victory over Toombs County, Americus, and Hart County, 19-14 last weekend in Hartwell. They have 38 rushing TDs. They throw it enough to keep folks honest, although Kelly Edge, John Dewberry, is a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah, he's effective. He got his first start really last year in the playoffs, so it was a baptism by fire. Didn't fare so well, but he's had a good season thus far, obviously leading his Bulldog team into the semifinals here at the Georgia Dome. But they will keep the ball on the ground. behind their big running back, Jamario Smith, who's rushed for over 1,000 yards thus far in the season.
Well, they've got an even bigger fullback, Wayne Wilder, 6'2", 245. He's just a sophomore, and he has 682 yards rushing with 4.5 yards per carry and 11 touchdowns. We go to John Nelson on the sidelines.
Talking about the two head coaches, let's start with Early County and Harry Wayne Parrish. Started off in Alabama, and now he's found a home in his 8th season with Early County. On the other side, Steve Chafin, first-year head coach, replacing the man who was Mary Persons football in Dan Pitts. He wins today. He's only 335 career wins behind Dan. Back to you guys.
Thank you, John. The officiating crew here today, Bob Hallman is the referee. The linesman is Rob Hobby. Line judge is Ronnie Blackstock. The umpire is Dale Hall. Back judge is Robert Allen. Jeff Hare is the field judge, and the electric clock operator is Philip Hoffman. We'll take a break. Back with a kickoff right after this.
This is GPTV, your PBS station, serving Atlanta and all of Georgia. GPTV, bringing you the best.
You're watching the GHSA football semifinals on GPTV.
Mary Persons set to kick it off, and the kickoff man is Chris Price, who is a senior. Mary Persons will be in the dark uniforms, the gold helmets, and in their road uniforms will be Early County. School colors for Mary Persons, black and gold, and for Early County, it is blue and gold. Mary Persons set to receive the kickoff. It comes down on the hop, and it's rolling into the end zone. Will come out to the 20 for an automatic touchback. So the ball will be first down and 10 yards to go for Mary Persons at the 20-yard line. You see the starting lineups. Kelly Edge is the quarterback. Jamario Smith, Wayne Wilder, and Terrence Walker are your running backs. Wide out is Gary Davis. Big tight end is Andre Zellner. He's a good one. Hansford and Ogletree on the left side of the line. Chris McPipkin is the center. And the other two offensive linemen, Adam Ham and Adam Crosby. First down and 10 yards to go. Just underway. The Class AA semifinals at the Georgia Dome. They hand it off to that big fullback, Wayne Wilder, and he doesn't get much. Maybe a yard.
Wilder actually fumbled the football there, and I believe recovered his own fumble. Lucky to do that. Little jitters here in the first time both of these teams have played in the Georgia Dome. They all went out this afternoon and put on some turf shoes and got a little feel for the AstroTurf. It'll be a little different for them playing in a big facility on the AstroTurf.
There's the defensive lineups for Early County. The defensive ends, Chambliss, and the cornerbacks and safeties, Price and Freeman. Freeman also plays quarterback. Kelly Edge, the quarterback keeper, gets it out to the 24-yard line where he's knocked down. And the stop on the play by Joey Chambliss and Larry Reynolds. Kelly Edge on the season has 519 yards rushing. Did you see the replay, John?
He pump fakes an option pass and decides to keep it. Scampers for about a 4 or 5 yard gain. Good decision that time by Kelly Edge to get something positive going early in this football game.
Third down, 5 yards to go. Ball at the 25-yard line of Mary Persons. And they hand on a counter play this time. This is Terrence Walker. Walker crossing the 30 out to the 34, has the first down.
Interesting call that time. A little counter play and actually a little inside reverse. Walker elected to bump it outside and able to pick up the first down in good yardage. You'll see it here on the replay. They fake into the line of scrimmage on the dive to the big fullback. Wilder hand it off, and you see Walker take it on outside, cut it back inside, and pick up a good 7 or 8 yards there in the first down.
And the tackle by Chris Price. First down and 10 yards to go. Here's Kelly Edge getting pressure, and he's going to put it up. Pass is incomplete, intended for the tight end, Andre Zellner. 6'5", 240, and a junior Chris Price, the strong safety, back there to cover for Early County.
Big target that time for Kelly Edge. I think that Zollner kid is definitely a prospect at 6'5", and of course he was matched up against what Coach Parrish on Early County told us is one of his best defensive backs, and that's Chris Price. Good matchup there. A little pressure forced Edge to throw the ball just over the head of Zellner.
You see Coach Harry Wayne Parrish of Early County looking on. Second down, 10 yards to go from the 35-yard line. Here's the option play. Jamari Smith takes it across the 40. He's still on his feet. What great extra effort by Jamario Smith. 6 feet, 185, and a junior, and he's got Mary Persons in business in Early County territory. Frankie Williams was on the stop, along with Anthony Thomas, the strong side linebacker. Watch it again.
Here you take a look. You got Jamario Smith running wild on the outside. He's a big kid, and an extra effort picks up another 12, 15 yards before he's brought down by the good defensive back, Chris Price.
Jarvis Wimbush, the left side cornerback, was there first. We're going to get a timeout called here by Early County. So the Bobcats want to talk things over. You see some of the Mary Persons crowd, a bunch of folks up here today from Forsyth, Georgia, to take a look at this one. Mary Persons has been able to move the football all season long, and they are doing a great job in this opening drive, John Dewberry. What about that game plan for Mary Persons? Here is Coach Steve Chafin.
We play a 50 defense and feel like that we've got to be able to limit their big plays. They've got a lot of team speed. Their running back's an excellent. Quarterback has a real good arm. We've got to be able to limit their plays to under 30 yards. And then on offense, we need to control the football. And they've got one of the best defenses in the state, so we're going to feel like we're going to have to throw the football more than we normally do to win this football game.
And Steve Chafin, the first-year coach at Mary Persons, replacing Dan Pitts, who had been coaching there since 1959, the all-time winningest coach in Georgia high school history. And you see the other side of the field, and Harry Wayne Parrish. He's in his 8th season, graduate of the University of Alabama. There we go, first down, 10 yards to go for Mary Persons. And we get the flag thrown by the back judge. This usually indicates too much time or delay of game. And you see the signal from Bob Holman, the referee. That's tough coming out of a timeout to get a delay of game penalty.
Certainly is, but so far Steve Chafin has stuck to his, you see some of the Early County fans coming up, getting excited about this. But so far Steve Chafin has stuck to his game plan, loosening up the defense of Early County.
So first down and 15 yards to go. Handoff to the fullback, Wayne Wilder. And he muscles it right up the middle, takes it across the 45 to the 44-yard line. Brandon Jackson, a very active nose man, makes the stop.
Well, before the game, Coach Parrish told us that Brandon Jackson was triple teamed last week by Villarica, and is really excited about getting a chance to play against Mary Persons and kind of redeeming himself from last week's effort. He's a good one. He's very, very active. Coach called him a hyper football player.
It's going to be second down, 11 yards to go. Mark it at the 43-yard line. Edge, straight drop, fires, passes, intercepted. Intercepted by Joe Williams, a right side cornerback for Early County. And the first turnover of the day will go to the Bobcats. That pass was intended for Jamario Smith, but Joe Williams was on the spot. And Early County will go to work on offense.
You got two verticals here, and he just misreads the play of Joe Williams. He probably should have thrown that ball to the outside receiver as Joe Williams was sticking to the hash, had a little room outside. He chose to throw the ball down the middle of the field and just threw it a little bit high, which will happen a little bit, Kelly, because it's early in the ball game and you're awfully excited.
And we get some flags thrown. Somebody jumped into the neutral zone. And it's a false start against Early County. Jesse Cheeks, the left tackle, jumped a little bit early. Bob Holman with the call. That means first down and 15 yards to go from the 19-yard line. You see the starting lineups for Early County. Their quarterback is Donald Freeman. He's a good one. Michael Jenkins is the tight end. The wideout starting will be Louis Cintron. Cedric Craddock, motion man, and they hand it off to Alexis Johnson. And Johnson doesn't get much, maybe 2 yards out to the 20-yard line where he's knocked down The stop on a play by the left side defensive tackle, Curtis Danley.
Again, Early County will primarily run the football, but they will utilize the capabilities of Donald Freeman through the air a little bit more than you will see Mary Persons. That time they gave to Alexis Johnson. He is the fastest player on the Early County team.
Early County has a football. It's second down and 13 yards to go. And this time they give it off to Darren Barber, their leading rusher, the fullback, and he gets a couple of yards out to the 22-yard line. Getting the play from Harry Wayne Parrish is Louis Centron, wide out on 3rd and long. Early County will split 2 out, 1 to the top of the screen. That's Centron. And the pass is thrown underneath to the tight end, Michael Jenkins. Jenkins across the 25 out to the 28-yard line, but short of the first down. The leading tackler for Mary Persons, linebacker Alan Benson, made the stop.
Good play call that time. I like it. It's a safe play early, back in your own, deep in your own territory. They drop straight back, little play action fake. Donald Freeman lays it off to the big tight end, and hopefully he can break a tackle and pick up the first down. It doesn't happen that time, and it won't happen often when you go up against Alan Benson.
Donald Freeman on to punt it away, and it is a line drive. Going to get by Jamario Smith. He's going to let it roll. It takes a hop across the 20 and goes right on down to the 16-yard line. So pretty good punt. A better roll for Donald Freeman, the Early County punter.
Donald Freeman is a very active football player. Plays quarterback on offense, plays free safety and strong safety some on defense, and that time you saw him get away a very fine punt. So his completion to the tight end picked up 7 or 8 yards, and then the punt picked up outstanding field position early in this game. And it's really going to be a field position football game because these teams have not put the ball in the air a whole lot.
Early County comes in at 12-1. They're only lost to Mitchell Baker 6-0, and Mitchell Baker got the ball on a turnover at the 10 and punched it in from 10 yards out. Mary Persons is 11-2, and this is Jamario Smith carrying on a sweep, gets out close to the 20, knocked out at about the 19-yard line. The strong safety Chris Price was there to make the stop, along with Anthony Thomas. So it's going to be second down and 7 yards to go after the 3-yard gain by Jamario Smith, who's the rushing leader for Mary Persons with over 1,000 yards, 6 feet 185, and he's just a junior.
And he's a good football player. Jamario Smith, as you pointed out, has already rushed for over 1,000 yards this season, and they'll give him the ball 20-25 times a game in that ball-controlled wishbone offense. And, of course, run the option with edge. So far, so good right now, I think, with both of these teams. They're just kind of filling each other out like a heavyweight championship bout.
He's at wing T. And play action this time. Kelly Edge throws underneath. Jamario Smith has it. Smith out to the 40 to the 45-yard line before he's knocked down by Joe Williams. So a big play off the option. The complete pass from Edge to Jamario Smith, and Mary Persons continues to move the football.
Great play call that time by Coach Chafin. They're going to stick it inside to the big fullback, and then they're going to send out Jamario Smith on the flats on the left side. He is wide open as the linebackers filled up on the dive play by Wilder, and then he's able to pick up big yardage before Joe Williams brings him down.
Jamario Smith had to run with a linebacker who could not keep up. This is Terrence Walker on the carry as he runs at left tackle and gets across the 50-yard line down to the Early County 49. Ricardo Wimbush, the weak side linebacker, makes the stop. Second down, about 4 yards to go. I'm Chuck Hushin along with John Dewberry from the Georgia Dome and the state high school football semifinals on GPTV. Mary Persons with the football. It's a scoreless game. And they're going to hand off to Wayne Wilder. He's going to be close to the first down at the 45-yard line. Joey Chambliss, the strong side defensive tackle, made the stop. You look at those defensive linemen for Early County. They're not very big as Wilder picks up the first down. Chambliss is just 175. The nose man's 205. 185 for the other tackle, Jesse Cheeks. A rush defensive end is 160. That's Frankie Williams. Larry Reynolds, the strong side defensive end, is the big boy there at 210. So first down and 10 yards to go at the Early County 45-yard line. Handoff going to Jamario Smith this time, and he finds a good opening at right tackle. Ricardo Wimbush knocks him down at the 39-yard line.
Again, I'm very impressed with the offensive play calling of Mary Person Bulldogs by Coach Chafin. He's mixing the pass and the run up well. This time he uses his big fullback. He used his big fullback to get a first down. Next time, now he uses him as a ramrod on number 4 as he was trying to Phil Thompson to try to make the play. And then he followed also Terrence Walker through that hole, and Jamario Smith picked up 5 or 6 yards.
2nd and 3.5. They give it to Terrence Walker this time, and he carries the mail down there. Another first down at about the 35-yard line. Terrence Walker, the right halfback. Anthony Thompson made the stop for Early County. And you see one player slow to get up. I believe that is Terrence Walker.
Here again, they're mixing up the play call. They've given it to Wilder on this drive. They've thrown the ball to Jamario Smith. They've run the ball with Jamario Smith. This time they sneak Terrence Walker up the middle for the first down.
Game is scoreless. The first AA semifinal game coming up tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. It's Carrollton and Pepperell. And 2 more games tonight on GPTV and AAA. Cairo, the syrup makers, going against Doherty High School, and then undefeated Brookwood going against Valdosta in a quad A semifinal. So you see Coach Steve Chafin visiting with his quarterback Kelly Edge. Gets play from the sidelines, and here we go. We'll go downstairs now. Here's John Nelson.
Chuck and John, a quick note on Kelly Edge. Last year in the quarterfinals against Washington County, he had to sub for the normal starter Mike Davis. He kind of got a trial by fire in the playoffs last year. Obviously, with these first 2 drives that Mary Persons has had, he's more comfortable with the offense this time around.
Terrence Walker being helped off the field, John, as you can see. And Mary Persons will face 3rd down and about 6 inches to go. Daniel Gaines replaces Terrence Walker in the lineup. He goes at right halfback. And the big fullback Wayne Wilder needs 6 inches. He gets about a yard in that much. Across the 35 down to the 34, where Mary Persons will have first down and 10 yards to go. Anthony Thompson, the linebacker, made the stop.
I think Early County's better when you're running to the corners. They can utilize their team speed. But right now, Mary Persons is kind of mashing them on the inside a little bit, where they're using their size as an advantage over the Early County front line. As you point out, not quite as big as the Mary Person offensive line, particularly when you got Big Wilder back there carrying the football.
And a handoff gone to Edge. Rather, Daniel Gaines, and he is knocked down for about a 6-yard loss by Brandon Jackson. The nose man knife through and knocked Daniel Gaines down, and that's just sheer quickness right there. Watch it.
Exactly what we were talking about. We're talking about trying to run it outside and let the Early County use their speed. They're a little better when they're chasing. Not so good when you're running it right up their throat. They try to run the outside sweep here, and Brandon Jackson, that hyper football player, pops through the offensive line and makes a play. That's a pretty agitated football player, because all of them are pretty hyper in my opinion.
Here's Edge back to throw it, and has a man with a step on the defender. That was intended for Daniel Gaines, but the pass overthrown. Don't forget, GPTV members are making this coverage possible, and right now we want you to get off the sidelines and into the game by becoming a member. 1-800-222-4788 is the number to call. We get timeout called here by Mary Persons as they will face 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Well, you can see on the screen now that Coach Chafin is not real happy with Edge's selection again, throwing the ball a little aimlessly down the middle of the field again. He's got his team in position to maybe come along with some 3 points here. He needs to be careful what he does with the football.
Anthony, where's he?
Played here in the first quarter. As we have 3 minutes, 21 seconds. Let's listen in here.
We know the weight on the backside, on the backside here. Let's go. Play ball, let's go. Come on, Frank. Big play right here, man.
That's the defense of Early County heading back onto the field. They'll dig in as Mary Persons faces 3rd and 16. 3:21 remaining first quarter, just underway, no score.
Good time to run a big draw play or maybe a screen play to that big fullback here.
Just one wide out. Edge getting pressure, wants to run. At the 30, down to the 29-yard line, about 4 yards short of the first down. Anthony Thomas tackles the quarterback, Kelly Edge, and that was pretty good coverage in the secondary that time, John Dewberry, by Early County.
Great coverage in the secondary, and I thought a good decision by Kelly Edge to pull the football down. As I mentioned earlier, he's in 4-down territory. He pulls it down here, no one's open, and picks up about 10 yards on the scramble and gives his team a chance to pick up the first down here on 4th down and about 5 yards.
So Mary Persons going for it. And they're going to throw it out to Jamario Smith, and he is knocked down for a 1-yard loss at the 29 by Ricardo Winbush. What a great matchup. You got Jamario Smith, who's the best football player on Mary Persons, and Ricardo Winbush, who's the best player on Early County, and they're one-on-one in open field.
I tell you, I like the play call by Coach Chafin. I like it to the best back in the field, and then who messes up your plan and your dream for the first down, but the best football player may be on the field tonight, one of the best you'll see all night here, and that is Ricardo Winbush. He is being recruited by everybody in the South right now at 4'5" and 220 pounds. He runs a 4'5" in the 40.
Alexis Johnson on the carry as Early County goes to work on offense. And he takes it on a little counter play out to about the 35-yard line where Tyree Smith, the free safety, comes up to make the play. Alexis Johnson, 5'9", 150, a junior. Second down and 4 yards to go after the gain of 6 by Johnson. Donald Freeman under center, gives it to Johnson again. He gets into the secondary and takes it across the 40 out to the 43 where he's finally stopped. Canarvis Brandley, the right side defensive end, ran him down from behind. But it's another first down for Early County, and they give the football twice in a row to Alexis Johnson. He's about 4'4" in the 40. I mean, he's a burner, and you can see him right here.
If he gets loose in the secondary, I don't think anybody on Mary Persons will catch him. He is a very, very capable individual, taking it all the way.
So first down and 10 yards to go. Early County at its own 43-yard line. Freeman, play action. Fires, passes, complete this time to Cedric Craddock. Craddock, the wingback, out of the backfield, hauls it in. He's finally tackled by Tyree Smith.
Excellent offensive play calling here as they brought in Cedric Craddock 2 or 3 times to crack back while Alexis Johnson passed the football. This time they faked the run to Alexis Johnson and throw it back outside to Craddock. The linebackers into strong safety came up, and you can see that Donald Freeman feels real good about that pass completion.
Gain of 8 yards, second down and 2 yards to go. Early County in Mary Persons territory for the first time today. And they hand it off this time to the fullback. That was Darren Barber. He crossed the 45 down to the 44 where Alan Benson, the leading tackler for Mary Persons, knocked him down. You see the statistics for Darren Barber on the season. He's had quite a year. Former manager.
It's just a little trap play this time. They're going to send the big back Darren Barber up the middle on a little trap, pulling guard and getting up on the defensive tackle. Good call.
Louis Cintron wide to the left at the top of the screen. They run it back to the other side, though. This is Alexis Johnson. We talked about his speed, and he is knocked down at the 14, maybe the 15-yard line by Tyree Smith. We talked about Alexis Johnson and his blazing speed, and he just showed us some of it there, John Dewberry.
No question. Just a straight handoff sweep that time, and didn't look like he would make the corner. He gets a pretty good back block from Cedric Craddock. You see him. It doesn't look like he's going to make the corner. He just outruns everybody. And Tyree Smith actually had the angle on him and knocks him down on the 15-yard line to save the touchdown.
Tyree Smith just got an ankle, and that was it. That was enough. Wingback will motion out to the right this time. Freeman hands it off to the fullback, Darren Barber once again. He crosses the 10. Phylan Pettigrew, the strong safety, had to make the stop.
This time they motion Craddock away from the offensive line. First time they've done that. Send him to the sidelines to draw the linebackers off a little bit and slow up the strong safety. They sent the running back right up the middle, Barber, and he just almost scored.
That was a gain of 7 yards on that play, so it's going to be 2nd down and 3 yards to go. And we'll be right back with quarter number 2. We're scoreless here. Early County and Mary Persons on GPTV.
This is GPTV, your PBS station, serving Atlanta and all of Georgia. GPTV, bringing you the best.
You're watching the GHSA football semifinals on GPTV.
I'm Chuck Hushin along with John Dewberry. 0-0 Early County and Mary Persons in the AA semifinals. But Early County knocks on the door here. 2nd down and 3 yards to go from the 7-yard line. And flag down as Donald Freeman, the quarterback, dives into the middle. We'll have to check the flag, though.
Got a dead ball foul. Encroaching on the defense.
And the call by Bob Holman. So, yep, that'll be a 1st down because it's a half the distance penalty. You get the double call. You get the call twice from Bob Holman, so half the distance, 1st down and goal to go at the 4-yard line. The left line side of the defensive line jumped for Mary Persons. Here's a handoff going to Darren Barber. Man, he gets hit hard at the line of scrimmage that time. The first man there was left side defensive tackle Curtis Danley. Tyree Smith helped him out. There was a gain of about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. It's going to be 2nd and goal now from the 2-yard line.
That was just a straight power play that time with Darren Barber falling his fullback into the line of scrimmage. Power on power. Mary Persons kind of won that battle.
So they load up the line of scrimmage this time. Motion Price over to the left, and the handoff goes to Larry Reynolds. Larry Reynolds, a junior fullback, carries it 2 yards for an Early County touchdown. Hey, the Bobcats are on the board. They lead it 6-0.
Well, Coach Parrish said that they might bring in Larry Reynolds down in the goal line situation. He's a tough, short yardage runner, and he proved it there. Didn't have much to have to do. Big hole on the left side of the line that time. Great job by that offensive line. Jesse Cheeks, Donald Braswell, and big tight end Michael Jenkins opening up a big hole in that Mary Persons defense.
Jared Freeman on to try the point after out of the hold of Donald Freeman, and it's no good. Sails off to the left. So 6-0. You see the score. Early County leading Mary Persons as we're just underway here in the 2nd quarter. Now, what defensive adjustments must Mary Persons make here to slow down this Early County offense? They look very good early on.
Well, as we talked about, both of these teams anticipated keeping the ball on the ground at least to get to the semifinal games. But when we talked to the coaches prior to the games, both of them seem to be concerned about the other team's defense. As you take another look at the touchdown, big hole off the left side of that line. Great surge by the offensive line. And of course, got to be happy scoring the first touchdown ever for your high school in the Georgia Dome. But both of these teams, as I was talking about, a little concerned about the other team's defense, so they're loosening up their offensives, both throwing the football, running some reverses, running some trap plays, and it's proved to be successful for both teams. Thus far, only Early County has got on the scoreboard.
You see Chris Price for Early County teeing up the football, and the deep men for Mary Persons are Jamario Smith and Terrence Walker, who is back in there. And the kickoff comes down, and that will be taken by Daniel Gaines rather than Walker. He's out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Frankie Williams, defensive end, makes the stop. So Mary Persons will have the football. 1st down and 10 yards to go at their own 26.
It's critical here that Mary Persons makes a comeback after the long drive. You see the scoring drive, 11 plays, 70 yards, elapsed time 3 minutes and 32 seconds, and of course the 2-yard run by Larry Reynolds for the touchdown.
Kelly Edge, a quarterback, a senior for Mary Person, steps under center. And they hand it off to fullback Wayne Wilder, who plods through the middle, gets it out near the 30-yard line. He is tackled by Ralph Lewis and Kerry Haynes, the defensive tackles for Early County.
Here again, a straight dive play to the big fullback Wilder. And a good tackle by big number 66 that time, I believe. 68, excuse me. Kerry Haynes stood him straight up.
Gain of gain of 3 yards, second down and 7 yards to go. Edge going to throw the slant. It's complete to the tight end, Andre Zollner, and he crosses the 35 out to about the 38-yard line. This will be good for about 8 yards. Jarvis Wimbush, the left side cornerback, makes a stop, but not before Mary Persons picks up another first down.
Great call here, a little fake dive into the fullback and then shoot it out to that big tight end. He is a handful. Andre Zollner, 6'5", 240-pound junior. I believe all the schools will be looking at him, all the colleges next year.
He had a big touchdown against Hart County. The game played in Hartwell a couple of weeks ago. This is Jamario Smith, the halfback, and he's out near the 40-yard line. Anthony Thompson, the strong side linebacker, who was in on 68 tackles for Early County this season, makes a stop.
Again, Mary Persons trying to get outside against a very quick and fast Early County defense. It's going to prove to be difficult, in my opinion, over the course of the game. This really impressed with the team speed on defense of Early County.
There's Jamario's stats for the season. 10 rushing touchdowns, 6.2-yard average per carry. Double wing set this time as they break the bone, and the quarterback keeps it. That was Kelly Edge. He picked up a couple of yards, and he followed his big fullback Wayne Wilder into the line.
I think it was supposed to be a little triple option, a little fake inside to big Wayne Wilder, and then get out on the grass on the left side. I think you'll see here, I think somebody fell on his leg right there. You'll see it. The Early County guy actually fell on his leg if it wasn't his own offensive lineman. Kelly's lucky he did not get hurt in that particular instance.
And here's some play action once again. Edge getting pressure, and down he goes. Brandon Jackson, the nose guard, fires in and knocks Kelly Edge down way back at the 32-yard line. Brandon Jackson, 6'1", 205, and a junior.
We'll take a look at it. Coach Harry Wayne Parrish told us before the game, Villarica triple-teamed Jackson, and it may be that Mary Persons needs to do the same thing, because so far early in this game he's made 2 big sacks on quarterback Kelly Edge.
So it's going to bring up 4th down and 18 yards to go. And Edge drops deep to punt the football for Mary Persons. They trail here 6-0. We have 8:28 remaining in the first half. Edge, another line drive coming up with the football is Price. He takes it out of bounds at the 34-yard line. So leading 6-0. Early County's going to get the football again in fairly decent field position at the 34. Part of the Blakely, Georgia crowd that's come all the way up here to see this one. Blakely, Georgia is located in a very, very southwest corner of the state of Georgia. Harry Wayne Davis told me he can throw a rock and hit Alabama or throw a rock and hit Florida. Take your pick.
Pretty good arm.
Yep. Handoff this time goes to Darren Barber, the fullback. And he crosses the 35, gets it out to about the 37-yard line. Canarvis Brantley and Trent Morgan combine on the stop for Mary Persons.
Again, the game continues to evolve as a ball control, time-consuming, burn the clock, possession football game. Thus far, Early County's scored and out in front, 6-0.
Gain of 3 yards, second down, and 7 yards to go. A good look at Donald Freeman, the senior quarterback. And a handoff, Alexis Johnson. His run set up the first touchdown for Early County back in the first quarter. Markeith Ball, the linebacker, makes a stop as Alexis Johnson crosses a 40 out to about the 41-yard line. So Early County's going to face third down here and about 3.5 yards to go.
Big play for Early County because they're on their own, deep in their own territory. Want to get across the 50-yard line, and you'll see a little wing tee, broken wing tee again. Probably a little rollout by Donald Freeman.
Wide outs either side. Centron, the top of the screen. Deep drop. Here comes a screen. It's complete to Darren Barber. Barber at the 50. At the 45. Going to pick up the first down. He's all the way down to the 43-yard line where Markeith Ball, the linebacker, makes his second consecutive stop. And boy, what a deep drop. You knew the screen was coming up.
You got to be a good actor as a quarterback when you're going to be a good screen team, and Donald Freeman does a real good job here. Takes the snap, drops straight back, take a look, sets his feet a little bit right there, and then drifts on back a little further and lays it off for the big first down and Darren Barber.
Darren Barber did a good job play acting too as he got open and picks up the first down. Ball at the 44-yard line. Freeman hands it to Alexis Johnson, runs a counter play, and he gets knocked down pretty much at the line of scrimmage. Markeith Ball makes his third consecutive stop, and that's going to go for about, well, maybe 1 yard. Are you ready for adventure? Join Leroy Powell and Robin Russell for GPTV's own Georgia Outdoors this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. GPTV, your PBS station serving Atlanta and all of Georgia. Second down, 10 yards to go at the 44-yard line of Mary Persons. Early County with the lead and the ball. There's play action. Freeman has a man out there. Alexis Johnson. Alexis Johnson dragged down at the 7-yard line. Correction, Cedric Craddock rather than Johnson on the catch. Craddock, 5'10", 170, and a senior. And he is dragged down by Markeith Ball from behind.
Great play fake this time by Donald Freeman. Looks off to the first receiver, comes back to the middle of the field to Cedric Craddock really running free. And a good stop that time, as you point out, by Markeith Ball. Oh, that's a touchdown number 2 for Early County.
So it's first down and goal to go at the 8-yard line. Chris Price motions to the top of the screen. They give it off to Larry Reynolds, and the short yardage man gets about 3 yards to the 5-yard line. Canarvis Brantley, the right side defensive end, makes the stop.
Good look. Good look at Coach Chafin there and Coach Parrish, both strategizing here late in the second quarter. I like Larry Reynolds down there close to the goal line. He's low to the ground, Chuck. He's 5'10", 205 junior. Real tough runner down here in short yardage situations.
Second down, goal to go from the 5-yard line. Chris Price motions out to the right this time. And they give the ball off to Barber. He's in for a touchdown. Darren Barber goes 5 yards for an Early County score. And the Bobcats are up here 12-0.
Good run that time, as you point out, by Darren Barber. But if we can get another look at that play, you're going to see Larry Reynolds really lay on a great block. Larry Reynolds, a tough-nosed football player down in the goal line area, in the red zone area, where all the yardage between the field doesn't really count a whole lot to us. What we want to know is how many points you can score, and Larry Reynolds knows how to get himself or his teammate in the end zone. We'll get a look at that in just a moment.
We'll get the replay right now as Freeman hands it off to Barber.
There's Roberts knocking down the linebacker to get his teammate Darren Barber into the end zone for the 12-0 lead.
Darren Barber, his 14th rushing touchdown of the year, came in with 720 yards for a 7.5 yard per carry average. I think I mentioned a little bit earlier, he's a former manager. Started his career at Early County as a manager. Kept at it, worked it up, and here he is scoring a touchdown in the semifinals of the AA playoffs.
And leading his team in total rushing for the season to boot. There you take a look at the scoring drive. 9 plays, 66 yards. All important, 3 minutes and 31 seconds off the clock. And, of course, Larry Reynolds leads his teammate Darren Barber into the end zone for the 5-yard touchdown run in a 12-0 Early County lead.
But it's still early.
4:56 left in the second. Plenty of time, even though these teams do not typically score a lot of points against one another because they're basically defensive-oriented teams.
And Mary Persons a wishbone team, and anytime you run the wishbone you get behind, it's going to be a little tougher. Here's the 2-point conversion try by Early County. Freeman 5-step drop, fires underneath, pass complete to Alexis Johnson for the 2-point conversion. Speedy halfback takes it on the left corner, and boy, nobody near him, so it's 14-0. Early County leads Mary Persons here with 4:56 remaining in the second quarter.
Just the old typical pick play basically on the 2-point conversion. Excellent throw by Donald Freeman. Coach Parrish told us he could throw the football. They just don't do it much. And anytime you get it in the hands of Alexis Johnson, he can go 2 yards for the 2-point conversion, or he'd have gone 98 yards. That kid can really run. Probably a little bit under a 4.40, Alexis Johnson. Big lead now, 14-0. I say big lead because you were getting ready to point out, Chuck, anytime you play against the wishbone, like Mary Persons runs, if you can get them down a couple of touchdowns, it's very difficult for them to get back in the football game. They're not accustomed to throwing the football.
Donald Freeman, a Division I prospect, has been talking to Georgia Tech and to Alabama, and they're looking at him as a defensive back, but hey, he may be a quarterback as well.
I think he's got some skills. They just hasn't played that much as quarterback, and so therefore they haven't been developed that well. Throws the good ball, though.
Chris Price for the kickoff. This time it goes out of bounds and brings a penalty flag. So Mary Persons will have pretty good field position to start this drive out at the 35-yard line. Coach Steve Chafin talking with his quarterback, Kelly Edge. Mary Persons, though, can
Push down on the 35-yard line.
Mary Persons can score some points against Toombs County. They had 28 points, all of those, or most of those, in the second half. Americus, they put 49 on the board, and then against Hart County, 19-14, a winner there. You see the season statistics for quarterback Kelly Edge. His team in the hole here, 14-0. And Kelly Edge going to keep it this time. Find some running room across the 50 down to the 44-yard line of Early County. A nice run that time by Kelly Edge. Those are the season rushing statistics for Edge. Frankie Williams and Anthony Thompson combine on the stop. Watch this one, John.
Straight dive, fake to Big Wilder, and then gets behind that big tight end and picks up about 25-30 yards on the rush. He can throw the football and he can run the football. Good little leader here, Kelly Edge. Very important they responded positively to that last touchdown by Early County.
First down, 10 yards to go. Mary Persons has moved the football today, but they don't have anything to show for it just yet. Handoff going to Wayne Wilder, the fullback. He got maybe a yard. Joey Chambliss, a strong side defensive tackle, makes a stop for Early County. So it's going to be second down and 9 yards to go. Want to get more out of your money? Tune in to GPTV this Sunday at 6:15 for Susie Ullman's 9 Steps to Financial Freedom. That's Sunday evening on GPTV, your PBS station serving Atlanta and all of Georgia. You see the score. Mary Persons with a football on 2nd and 9. Pressure on Edge, and down he goes. Kelly Edge sacked for a 2-yard loss back at the 46-yard line. Brandon Jackson, who had a big sack a little while ago, and Jesse Cheeks combine on the stop. Cedric Craddock, defensive end, was also there. But very, very quick defensive line. Watch this.
Well, he tried a little boot action and was looking for Gary Davis down the middle of the field, but he just gets smothered again by that very quick, penetrating Early County defense.
Barry Wayne Parrish, the coach of Early County, looking on. Likes what he sees so far. It's going to be third down and 11 yards to go. Play action. Edge getting pressure from behind. Down he goes at the Mary Persons 46-yard line. Frankie Williams, a rush defensive end. You see him, 5'10", 160, and a senior, and he is cat quick.
Take a look. He gets all the pressure from the backside. His offensive backside left tackle misses the block, and Frankie Williams just comes in and nails Kelly Edge for a huge 10-yard loss.
And very quick. Got around the block of Rashad Ogletree. Edge gets the snap and gets his foot into it. It's a wobbly punt, and Chris Price will take it. Difficult catch as he made that at the 27-yard line of Early County. So the Bobcats will go to work at that point, leading 14-0. We have 2:25 remaining in the first half. You see the semifinals today. Early County, Mary Persons. Tomorrow, Carrollton and Pepperell. That's a 3 o'clock kickoff here at the Georgia Dome. Two teams from Northwest Georgia. Of course, Carrollton is out in the west end of the state. Here's a handoff, and this is Alexis Johnson once again. He is rolled out of bounds at the 35-yard line by Trent Morgan. Alexis Johnson has looked good here this afternoon.
He can really fly. He can really motor. Just a straight sweep play again. Handoff sweep play. And Alexis Johnson doesn't look like he's picking up yardage, but when they move the chains, he's gained 9.5 yards on that play. A lot of grass for him to run out to on that particular play. They keep running their fake fullback on one side and give it Alexis going the other direction. It's a very difficult play to stop.
So it's going to be second down, 1 yard to go after a gain of 9 for Early County. Handoff this time goes to the big fullback, Darren Barber. He picks up the first down out at the 38-yard line. Curtis Danley makes a stop.
We got to get this thing done now, sons. We got to, if we don't score before halftime, we're going to hurt. We get this ball back, we're going to get in the dang end zone. We got to have better pass protection.
That's landed on the line, isn't it? Mary Persons down 14-0. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball at the 38. Freeman on a delayed handoff to Joe Williams, and he gets across the 40 to the 41-yard line before he's knocked down. Alan Benson, the linebacker, made the stop.
And he makes a lot of stops. Over 100 tackles this year. There you take a look at it. Handoff to Joe Williams. Trying to get a little counter play up in the middle, and Alan Benson says nothing doing. The coach for Mary Persons has it right. They've done a pretty good job. They just broke down in pass protection on some big plays. They've moved the ball offensively, but they can't sustain anything because the Bobcats' defensive line keeps making big plays.
Freeman hands it off to Barber once again. This time he's cracked right at the line of scrimmage by Trevante Wilson, the right side defensive tackle. 6 feet 195 and a senior. Again, this defensive line for Mary Persons is undersized. There's a good play though by Wilson. It's going to be second down and make it third down and 6 yards to go. Ball at the 43-yard line.
The Bobcats doing exactly what they want to do now with 14-point lead and 50 seconds left in the clock. They just want to run out the clock and take it to the halftime.
And a fumbled snap, and Donald Freeman's all over it. Pulled out a little early as the snap went off his hands, but a fortuitous bounce for Freeman. He falls on it. So we get a timeout called here by Early County. Donald Freeman has gone all the way, although Coach Harry Wayne Parrish tells us that at times he'll put Alexis Johnson in there to run the option. And that should be interesting because Johnson extremely quick.
Would like to see that, actually. I'd like to see Alexis run the option a little bit, particularly on this AstroTurf. This is a very quick surface, and that gives him even an additional advantage. Sometimes you're a little nonchalant trying to run the clock out, and I think that Donald Freeman just pulled out a little early. As you point out, a good bounce on this AstroTurf. That could have been disastrous with Mary Persons recovering the ball with 50 seconds left on their own 40-yard line.
So on fourth down and 7 yards to go, Freeman will punt it. And he gets his foot into another line drive. Jamario Smith over the shoulder catch at the 17, and that's gone nowhere. Good special teams coverage that time by Early County. And Ricardo Wimbush, their all-everything linebacker, goes down and makes a big play on special teams.
Nothing happened now. Stay back now. Make sure they got nothing happen. Let's go. No big play now. No big play. No big play now.
That's Coach Harry Wayne Parrish urging his folks on. They lead it 14-0. Just 28 ticks on the clock here in the first half.
I think you'll see Kelly Edge just sit on the ball here and try to get himself to halftime.
Now they're going to hand it out to fullback Wayne Wilder, who fumbles the football. Away the ruling. They're going to rule that, yep, they're going to give it to Early County. With the football is Frankie Williams, a rush defensive end. He's the one that had that big sack a moment ago on Kelly Edge. This time, Wayne Wilder fumbles the football after the hit there by Anthony Thomas, as you see it. And coming up with it was Frankie Williams, a little guy.
How many times do you see this happen? They're just trying to basically run out the clock, get lucky if the fullback breaks the play for an 80-yard touchdown, 90-yard touchdown run, and now they're in the position of maybe giving up 3 more points, if not 7, before halftime.
Early County, if they could score here, could go a long way toward putting this one away. Here comes that screen pass again. It's complete to Joe Williams. He's on his feet, 25. Cuts it back against the grain, breaks a tackle, stretches for the end zone, finally knocked down at the 2-yard line. Joe Williams takes the screen. You see Donald Freeman and his Early County Bobcats are knocking at the door. Markeith Ball made the stop. And his whistle works, folks. So we get a timeout called by Early County.
Again, you see Donald dropping back, Donald Freeman dropping back. It was actually a double screen. He elected to go left to Joe Williams, and Joe Williams cuts it back to the middle of the field and then makes a dart for the touchdown and almost gets in, getting stopped on the 2-yard line.
That was a touchdown saving tackle by Markeith Ball, and as we said, Early County goes up 21-zip here before halftime, and it's going to be really tough for Mary Persons to come back. You see Coach Steve Chafin scratching his head trying to figure this one out. First year as head coach of Mary Persons and really successful. 11-2. There are only 2 losses coming to Perry High School and Manchester, which was a AA power that just moved up from single A. You see the score. We have 10 seconds remaining. Donald Freeman on 1st and goal from the 2. Short drop, fires over the middle. The pass is knocked away. Trent Morgan was there to knock it away. And we have a flag down.
The illegal procedure on the offense. Not enough people on the line.
That's Bob Hallman. And a 5-yard walk-off will put the ball back at about the 7-yard line. With 6 seconds remaining. Not a dead ball foul.
Bobcats ran the exact same play they ran on the 2-point conversion, trying to get the ball to Alexis Johnson again. And I believe one of their wide receivers was not lined up on the line of scrimmage and therefore making himself ineligible.
So it's 1st down and goal to go once again. Bobcats have one more shot at it here before halftime, leading 14-0. Short drop. He's going to throw the fade pattern, and it's complete for a touchdown to Chris Price. Nice touch. Donald Freeman to Chris Price. And Early County leads this thing 20-0.
I tell you, I'm really impressed with Donald Freeman's throwing tonight. And, of course, Chris Price has been great on both sides of the football, offense and defense. As that time he gets up over Terrell Hughley for what may be the game-deciding touchdown.
Jarrett Freeman on to try the point after. And it's no good. Wide to the left once again.
There's your look at Chris Price. Missed a touchdown.
20-0. Early County over Mary Persons. The winner will meet the winner in tomorrow's game between Carrollton and Pepperell. We have 1 tick on the clock here in the first half. So Mary Persons will get one more shot at it with no time remaining.
Just a straight fade route. 3-step drop. Hanging up high. And hope your guy can go over top of the defensive back. And Chris Price does it that time for Terrell Hughley.
Oh, great touch.
Big touchdown. I tell you, Donald Freeman has had a real big game throwing the football. Good acting on the screen plays. And then, of course, great touch as he throws it up high. Well, your guy can be the only guy to go up and catch it. And that's exactly what he does. 1 tick left, 20-zip. the Bobcats.
Jared Freeman will be kicking off here for Early County. This will probably be a squib kick. They don't want a chance of return. In fact, they're laying the ball flat on the 40-yard line. If we could get a shot of the football as it rolls about 39 and a half. And it's a ground ball that's covered by Mary Persons at the 29-yard line. So that's going to do it. First half in the books here. The initial AA semifinal matchup here at the Georgia Dome this afternoon. And Early County is leading Mary Persons by a 20-0 count. Let's go to John Nelson.
Thanks, Chuck and John. Here with head coach Harry Wayne Parrish. If I'd have told you you'd have had a 20-point lead at the half, would you have taken it?
Oh, yeah. I'd take a 3-point lead. It's just great. I mean, it's just great to have this kind of lead. I'd taken a 1-point lead.
Now, Mary Persons has always been known to dominate tempo. You seem to have taken that away from him with all the pressure you're putting on Kelly Edge.
Well, we're doing the best we can. We're playing hard. I think they're getting a little momentum too much. We've got to play harder. We're not playing as hard as we can play, I'll tell you that right now. We've got to play harder. I don't like what they've done, even though we seem to have the momentum. In my mind, we don't. We've got to pick up the tempo a little bit more.
Any more adjustments at the half?
We're going to make some. The biggest thing, we've got to play harder. We've got to get more enthusiasm, play a little harder than this.
Okay, good luck, Coach. Early County up by 20 at the half. Quick injury update on Mary Persons' Terrence Walker. He's got a left injury to his left leg. He will try and return. Back to you guys.
Thank you, John. And at the break, it's Early County 20, Mary Persons nothing. And we'll be back. Our halftime activities are coming up. You're watching the Georgia High School football playoffs on GPTV.
Major funding for the Georgia High School Association Championships is provided by
Georgia Natural Gas Services is proud to be the official natural gas provider of the Georgia High School Association. Now that's true blue. Georgia Natural Gas Services, an affiliate of Atlanta Gas Light Company.
You're watching member-supported GPTV, your PBS station, serving Atlanta and all of Georgia. GPTV, bringing you the best.
You're watching the GHSA football semifinals on GPTV.
Georgia Dome, the Early County Bobcats with the early lead at the half, 20-0 over Mary Persons. What a game so far, Coach. It's been. Right now, we want to talk about the support and the membership of Georgia Public Television. So I'm going to turn it over to Herb White and then Wandy Lawson. So, guys, Early County with the halftime lead of 20-0 over Mary Persons. Here's the Mary Persons Marching Band. There's a famous fight song. That's the Mary Persons Marching Band. I love that song because it reminds me of a school that I root for, the University of Notre Dame. That's their fight song. Coach, I tell you what, you really couldn't do it without the bands, the cheerleaders, and all the support that helps the football team make it to the Georgia Dome.
It goes without saying that it's such a total program atmosphere. You need all your students involved to create a positive atmosphere. And I think it's a wonderful band. They're doing a fine job.
Okay, so you've heard from the Mary Persons Band. Coming up, the Early County Band. But first, we'll take a break. More action from the Georgia Dome coming up. These messages and a word from GPTV.
Member-supported GPTV, your PBS station, serving Atlanta and all of Georgia. GPTV, bringing you the best.
You're watching the GHSA football semifinals on GPTV.
Halftime of the Georgia Dome, as you see, Early County with the lead, 20-0. Here's the Early County Marching Band. Doug. Talk to me.
Thanks. And here is a good look at the man who's in charge of the Mary Persons Black and Gold, Reginald Peak. Now, the best way that I've heard that your band is described is small but dynamic. Tell me why.
Well, we throw a big punch. The group, everyone must play your part because by being such a small band, we don't have anyone out there that can fake it. So we try to play a variety of music, some for the old and some for the new. We do precision and we do dance steps.
Now, what's it like? How much of a joy is it coaching all these kids?
Well, when they do a good performance like today, that's when the enjoyment is there. But we work every afternoon after school, a couple of hours, sometimes later, sometimes on Saturdays. So it's very enjoyable working with this group.
Reginald Peak, obviously a lot of great pride and a lot of great effort for the Black and the Gold. Thank you very much. Back upstairs to you, Jim.
All right, thanks, John. The Early County Marching Band, and what a great job they have done here. Back to the Coach Conley from Gainesville. We have to show you some good ones for Early County. And then Aaron Barber goes in for a 5-yard score at 12-0. 2-point conversion. Here's Freeman to Alexis Johnson. And they play.
Terrific hands and great speed. And here's a wonderful, beautiful fade route right here, right in the corner of end zone. A good throw, a good catch. They've obviously got a good plan, and it's working for them.
Donald Freeman to Chris Price. They're up 20-0. The winner of this game takes on the winner of tomorrow's 3 o'clock game here on GPTV, the other AA semifinal between Carrollton and Pepperell. 2 great ball games, and either way, it's going to be a super AA championship.
I can see it coming. It's going to be a barn burner.
All right, now, we're going to go take a break now. We'll be back with more of the halftime festivities from the Georgia Dome after these messages and a word from GPTV.
This is GPTV.
You're watching the GHSA football semifinals on GPTV.
Welcome back to the Georgia Dome. Early County 20, Mary Persons nothing at the half. Coach, real quick, what are these teams doing in preparing for the second half?
I know they're talking to their kids about defense, especially Mary Persons. Mary Persons got to find a way to slow them down.
Right.
Early County's doing a great job mixing it up. Some screens have been very successful for them. I'm a little worried about Mary Persons with their wishbone attack, being able to make something happen, make it happen in a hurry. They got to make us get back in this thing, and they need to do it in a hurry.
Coach's comments from Chuck Conley of Gainesville High School. Now we go to the 2 guys in the booth that are calling the game, Chuck Hushin and John Dewberry. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you very much, Jim. And, of course, we looked at the first half. Early County was able to get out in front a little bit, and then Mary Persons had to throw the football. But that defensive line for Early County is just too quick. Kelly Edge was running for his life all afternoon, John.
Well, there you take a look at the first half stats. The rushing yards were about the same. The big difference is Donald Freeman's had a hot night, going 6 for 6 and 96 yards in the passing category for a total of 190 yards. 2 turnovers have been a big difference, and of course the points off the turnovers 14, and of course the long drive kept by Larry Reynolds. The first drive gave him the first 7 points. The other were on the turnovers. Penalties have really not been a factor in this game. Time of possession, only 3 minutes more. As we talked about a time of possession, really only about 2.5 minutes more, Chuck. But the turnovers have been a major factor, as you point out, and the quickness of the Bobcat defense.
Yeah, one of the turnovers was an interception by Joe Williams, and then the other was that fumble recovery with less than 30 seconds remaining in the first half. At that time, it was 14-0. Early County was able to take that turnover and turn it into 6 points, and boy, that could be huge before this game's over.
I really think, as we pointed out early, it's going to be very difficult for Mary Persons, being a typical wishbone offense, to make up 21 points, particularly in view of the fact they're going to have to go back into their passing game with quarterback Kelly Edge. And that means the likes of Brandon Jackson and Jesse Cheeks and those guys on the defensive front of Early County Bobcats are going to get chances to pin their ears back and come after the quarterback.
I like Frankie Williams, that little rush defensive end, 5'10", 160, a senior, and just cat quick. He had 1 sack in the first half and made another big play. Got, in fact, made the fumble recovery late in the first half that was turned into a touchdown. You see, I hope that stuff comes off that guy.
Well,
it's going to look a little weird at work on Monday morning.
With a 20-0 lead, I don't think he cares. But I also tell you, they've done a relatively good job of neutralizing the all-everything linebacker Ricardo Wimbush, but he's made some plays as well as Anthony Thompson. He's a fine football player, too. So early before the game, Harry Wayne Parrish, the coach of the Bobcats, told us that he felt good about his team because of their speed, both on offense and defense, and thus far, that in turnovers has proven to be the difference.
I'd like to remind folks, coming up later this afternoon, it's Cairo High School, the Syrup Makers, and Doherty High. That's the AAA semifinal, a 6 o'clock kickoff scheduled there. Chuck Dowdle will be doing the play-by-play, and Herschel Walker, the former Georgia great and professional great, will also be helping out. Let's go down to John Nelson now, who's standing by with Coach Steve Chafin.
Coach Steve Chafin and Mary Persons. What did you tell the kids at halftime?
We got to quit making mistakes, and we're going to have to score early in this third quarter to make it a ball game.
Now, talk to me a little bit about the first half. You guys have always prided yourself on keeping control of the clock, and they also seem to get some pressure on Kelly, too.
They did a good job. We're not blocking as well as we can. They're doing a good job of controlling the corners, and we're just going to have to get back in rhythm. We're a little bit out of sync right now.
Okay. Appreciate it. Steve Chafin and Mary Persons down 20 with 24 minutes to go. Back to you guys.
All right, John, thank you very much. Talk a little bit about playing in a facility like this, John. You were a quarterback back in the high school days at Milton High School in Alpharetta. Talk about playing in a facility like this, the Georgia Dome. Of course, you didn't have that opportunity, but it's got to be something else.
Certainly got to have a little jitters as they come out and take the field with a very large crowd in the Dome. However, this field is exactly the same length and exactly the same width as all other high school football fields. And once you get past that, it's just a football game. And I think thus far, I don't think either team is really suffering from the Dome mystique, if you will. I just think that thus far, Early County has made the plays. And as Coach Chafin points out, Mary Persons made some critical mistakes, particularly, as you point out, that fumble with 38 seconds left to go in the half, which enabled the fade route by Donald Freeman to the wide receiver, Chris Price.
Yes. Hey, watch your onside kick now. Watch your onside kick.
Coach Harry Wayne Parrish always worrying, even though he's up 20-0 here. I'll tell you what, though, he'd better worry because Mary Persons is a good football team, and this game by no stretch of the imagination is over.
Well, not only are they a good football team, they're a good football tradition. And traditions build character, and that's why traditions are made. They don't like to lose at Mary Persons. They're not accustomed, despite the fact that Coach Pitts is gone. They've been to this dance for 23 times, I believe, and they want to win.
Last won a state championship in 1980, went to the semifinals in 1994, and in 1993 played in the championship game. So you're right, a big tradition. Brandon Key with a kickoff for Mary Persons will kick it into the end zone as it will come out to the 20-yard line now. Darren Barber watched it go. So an automatic touchback. That's one rule in high school in the GHSA. Ball goes to the end zone. It's an automatic touchback.
And you talk about their tradition, as you point out the times they've been to the state championships. But, Chuck, I found out early today that since 1970, they've been to the playoffs 23 times and only 28 attempts. So they're a program that wants to win and is used to winning. So they got the work cut out for them.
From Forsyth, Georgia, Mary Persons taking in on defense. Here's a handoff going to Alexis Johnson once again. And he's on his horse down the near sidelines. Nobody going to catch him. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Alexis Johnson. That's an 80-yard touchdown run. And his second of the day. That's electrifying.
That is electrifying. I'm getting a giggle because Coach Parrish told us before the game, he said, I don't think you should tell anybody, but I think he's a sub 4.4. And I think he showed it to us just then as he turned the corner. Again, several defenders from Mary Persons. The Bulldogs had the angle on him. He just outruns everybody for 80 yards and a 26-zip lead.
We don't have to tell anybody. I mean, everybody knows it now. This kid can fly. Jared Freeman on to try the point after. Donald Freeman, the holder. We have a flag down on the far side. And we'll get the call now from referee Bob Holman. He explains the options to Mary Persons. Or rather, Early
Dead
County.
ball. Illegal substitution. Illegal substitution. White.
That's the one. One play, 80 yards on that scoring drive. Alexis Johnson doing the honors. And it's 26-20. Early County going to try for 2 here. It could be the knockout punch.
TKO.
Donald Freeman, the quarterback. Chris Price motions toward the bottom of the screen. A handoff on to Larry Reynolds. Did he get there? No. The point after conversion fails. So 11:48 remaining in the third quarter now, and it's Early County 26, Mary Persons nothing. Dexter Talmadge made the stop for the Bulldogs.
You take another look. They pull the guard. Actually, this is a long touchdown run by Alexis Johnson. They pull the guard on the handoff sweep, and as I said, some guys had the angle, but he outruns them all, showing that tremendous speed. Another look at it. Just a straight handoff sweep on the corner. Alexis Johnson outruns everybody, 80 yards for a 26-0 lead, and looks like he's going to send his team into the state championship game next week.
Winner gets the winner of tomorrow's matchup between Pepperell and Carrollton. Neither of these teams have played in the Georgia Dome over the past few years. Both Pepperell and Carrollton have played. In fact, they met in one of the AA semifinals a year ago. Chris Price set to kick it off now for Early County. Daniel Gaines and Jamario Smith drop deep to receive for Mary Persons. You get a look at Jamario Smith and his teammates have some work to do here. We're very early in the second half. And Price runs a line drive past Gaines, and it goes through the end zone, so an automatic touchback. Bulldogs will have the ball first down and 10 yards to go at their own 20-yard line.
Mary Persons now will get into a very bad situation for themselves because they're going to be totally out of their game plan. As a wishbone offense, they're going to have to throw the football to get back into this contest.
Bulldogs start the second half with Kelly Edge at quarterback. Wayne Wilder is the fullback as they go to a double wing set and hand off to Wilder. He gets 3 yards at the 23, and that fired up defense led by a strong side linebacker Anthony Thomas makes the stop. Anthony Thomas, 5'10", 190, a senior, and on 68 tackles this season. Put it down at the 23, second down and 7 yards to go.
Well, that time you saw what Coach Parrish was saying before on the interview at halftime, and that is he might have a 20-zip lead, but he feels like his team needs to play harder. That defense showed you that they want to play harder right now.
Here comes the option play. Edge gets nothing. They have lost a yard. Anthony Thompson was there once again with Ricardo Wimbush. You've got a good look at Wimbush, number 42, 6'3", 230, a senior with 4.5 speed.
Just a straight option play, and Kelly Edge tries to turn it inside, and only to meet Larry Reynolds and Wimbush and all of his teammates. Again, they're playing really hard right now, the Bobcats are.
So a big third down and 8 yards to go for Mary Persons. Chris McPipkin over the football. He's a senior center. And we get movement. Right guard jump. That was Adam Ham. Got a little early start. So that'll be a 5-yard walk-off.
Ball start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still be third down.
Back it up at the 17-yard line. So third down and about 14 yards to go for the Bulldogs now. Gary Davis splits to the top of your screen. This is one wide out. Ed's going to send it out there, intended for Davis, and it's incomplete. Joe Williams, who has one interception on the afternoon, was back to get the coverage for Early County.
That time Mary Persons and quarterback Edge just send out a one receiver route, a little fake into the line of scrimmage on the play action pass, not really fooling anybody on a 3rd and 13, down 26 points, and overthrew everyone safely. But they should get, Early County should get outstanding field position here.
You see the punter Brandon Key as he awaits the snap of Chris McPipkin from inside his own 5. This is not a very good punt. Off the side of his foot, bounces out at the Mary Persons 41-yard line. So great field position for Early County as they begin this drive inside Mary Persons territory.
Now you take a look at one of the keys to tonight's game, and that is Donald Freeman. His play has been outstanding. Finished the half 6 for 6 and about 100 yards passing with 1 touchdown. And then they opened up with a one-play explosion by Alexis Johnson, 80 yards and a touchdown to give themselves a 26-zip lead.
Mary Persons cheerleaders still fired up. We have 9 minutes 59 seconds remaining third quarter. Their team down here 26-0. And here comes a flanker around as they hand the ball off to Cedric Craddock. He came in motion from the top of your screen, and there to make the stop was Caernarvon's Brantley. That'll be a gain of 1 yard. So second down and 9 yards to go. You see the score, time remaining, third quarter. Donald Freeman has gone all the way at quarterback. Hands it off to Joe Williams. Williams finds a little seam, takes it down to the 37-yard line where Dexter Talmadge and Tyree Smith combine on the stop. Joe Williams, 6 feet 160 and a junior.
Straight power play here, pulling a guard, handoff sweep. And right now the Bobcats are just trying to control the football and burn that clock with a 26-0 lead.
Dexter Talmadge with excellent pursuit there, the linebacker for Mary Persons. 5-step drop. Freeman fires it out complete to the tight end, Michael Jenkins, and he takes it down to the 26-yard line where Dexter Talmadge makes his second consecutive stop. And that's going to be another Mary Persons first down. Let me correct that. Early County with a first down.
A good straight drop. Lays it off to the tight end in a little flat route, and then he rambles for 7-8 yards and a first down after the catch.
So Early County knocking on the door once again. Some wideouts to either side. Freeman going to hand it off. Alexis Johnson finds a little running room this time. Crosses the 20 down to the 19 where Alan Benson drags him down. There's a gain of about 6 yards on the play. So second down and a little less than 4 yards to go. You get a good look at Alexis Johnson, who electrified this crowd with an 80-yard touchdown run to open the second half. And first play from scrimmage. Jarvis Wimbush comes wide left. That's Craddock. Top of your screen as he motions, and the handoff going to Larry Reynolds. Second man through, crosses the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Caernarvon's Brantley, the right side defensive end, had to make the stop, and continued great surge on that offensive line of Early County.
Great surge as you see here on the offensive line. Now really again like that tough running of Larry Reynolds. He gets a good block that time by Darian Barber. Really a good block on that inside linebacker to spring his teammate Larry for the first down.
So it's first down and 10 yards to go from the 18-yard line for the Early County Bobcats. And a handoff, Larry Reynolds, he plows across the 10 down to the 7. Dexter Talmadge, a linebacker, makes a stop. But again, he got a good lead block from Darren Barber as fullback.
I tell you, if we could get a look at this again, you're going to see great offensive line surge right now. Early County is really wearing out Mary Person's defensive line. If you'll see it, they're knocking the ball. Oh, he doesn't. The whole line is 3 or 4 yards down the field, and Larry Reynolds just gets in behind him, puts his nose down, and grinds out a 6-yard gain on first down.
Second down, a little more than 3 yards to go. Ball at the Mary Person's 8-yard line. Bobcats up here, 26-0, looking for more. Freeman going to hand it to Darren Barber. Finds a hole. He's into the end zone. Touchdown. His second of the day, Darren Barber. And that makes it 32-0.
This time Donald Freeman shows you another skill in his ability to fake with the football and the fundamentals of handing off and faking as he gives it to Darren Barber for another touchdown. And again, Early County offensive line really wearing out Mary Persons at this point.
And Darren Barber has 15 touchdowns on the year now. Jared Freeman with a point after. This time he nails it. 6 minutes, 36 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And Early County with a commanding 33-0 lead over Mary Persons. We'll watch that touchdown again.
Here again, watch Donald Freeman. Good ball faking. Hands it off to Darren Barber. Great blocking at the point of attack. He makes one little break. Take another look at it. Good ball faking. Gives it to Darren. He's got 2 guards pulling for him. Chuck, I think you could have run through that one.
I wouldn't go quite that far, John.
No offense, Darren.
I don't know if I could make that one or not, but that was an excellent run by Darren Barber, as we said, his second touchdown. And all the folks who came from Blakely, Georgia to watch this one in the Georgia Dome, thus far they're going to go home happy. Of course, a lot of people making a weekend out of it. When you come that far from down near the Alabama, Georgia, Florida corner, then you only stick around for the weekend. Another good football game coming up tomorrow. Chris Price set to kick it off for Early County. This is the AA semifinal. On GPTV, we've got the AAA and Quad A to follow. Price gets his foot into it. It fades on him, out of bounds. Flag down. Ball will come out to the 35-yard line for Mary Persons. See Coach Steve Chafin. Now, actually, within about a 30-second swing from the end of the first half into the second half, this game has turned totally around. You see the scoring drive, 41 yards for Early County after the bad punt. 7 plays, and the time elapsed 3 minutes, 23 seconds. Barber finishes it off.
You're exactly right. The Bobcats put up 14 points in 50 seconds. 38 seconds at the end of the first half, and that one run for 12 seconds to open the third quarter.
Kelly Edge, quick pitch, goes to the outside. Jamario Smith takes it across the 40, out to the 41-yard line before he's knocked down by Anthony Thompson, the strong side linebacker. Jamario Smith, the rushing leader, coming in. You see him as he heads back to the huddle.
Good shot here, just a straight lead option. And a good pitch, good hands by Jamario, and he picks up 7 or 8 yards on first down.
They mark it down at the 41, so second down and 4 yards to go. Edge on a counter play this time will give it off to Daniel Gaines. And Joey Chambliss, number 66, had some jersey, would not let go, and it's going to be third down and 4 yards to go. That play went for nothing. Good look at Chambliss, 5'10", 175, and a senior.
Little counter action this time, and as you point out, nothing doing as Chambliss just wouldn't let go and basically slung him to the AstroTurf.
Admiral huddle over the football. Chris McPipkin for Mary Persons. Edge looking to throw. Fires it underneath. And the pass is complete. It's going to be marked, I believe, for the first down. Andre Zellner, correction, Gary Davis on the reception. You see him as he heads back to the huddle. The senior, 6'4", 205. Watch it again.
A little play action dive fake, and then a one receiver right on a little quick stop, quick hitch route. And Gary Davis does a good job catching the football before he gets smacked by the defensive back.
So it's
Walker.
First down and 10 yards to go. And a handoff to Mario Smith. Good tackle in there by the nose man, Brandon Jackson. Good low tackle, had him around the ankles, and Jamario Smith got 2 yards out of the play to the 48-yard line. So it's second down, a little less than 8 yards to go.
Coach Chafin trying to get his troops back into this football game. Something positive. Get on the scoreboard. Then anything can happen.
There's play action once again. Edge pressure up the middle. Down he goes. Frankie Williams. A rush defensive end. Fired up and knocked the quarterback Kelly Edge down. His second sack of the day.
No chance here. A little bootleg action. And before he gets a chance, there you see Frankie Williams flashing in your screen, and he fights off the block of the offensive lineman and single-handedly makes the play on Kelly Edge. As you point out, Chuck, he's made 3 big plays for sacks on the quarterback this game.
And one of them, the fumble recovery that set up the final touchdown of the first half. Third down, 12 yards to go. Ball at the 43-yard line. Quick drop by Edge, throws underneath, had to rush that throw intended for Daniel Gaines, and it's incomplete, so it brings up fourth down. Now the quarterback, Kelly Edge, may be hurrying his throws a little bit because of that defensive line of Early County. Brandon Key on to punt it away. You're looking at Coach Harry Wayne Parrish. He is in his 8th year as head coach at Early County. 61-22 coming into this game. Out of the University of Alabama. Snap to Brandon Key is a good one. And the punt is a floater. Comes down, taken by Joe Williams at the 16. Williams breaks the tackle. 25, 30-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Good return by Joe Williams. Stop on the play by Morgan Butler, a backup nose guard. You've got a seat on the 50-yard line for today's game thanks to the members of GPTV. We're looking to score a few more members right now to support this fantastic live coverage only on GPTV. So call 1-800-222-4788 and join up today. GPTV. First down, 10 yards to go for Early County at the 30-yard line. Quarterback is still Donald Freeman. They give it off to the fullback, Darren Barber. Barber picks up a couple. Alan Benson, the linebacker, came up to make the stop at the 33-yard line. So it's going to be second down, 7 yards to go.
Again, you got the Early County Bobcats just trying to run out the clock. As you take a look at Kelly Edge, he's having a difficult day, of course, when you got the likes of Frankie Williams and the gang on defense for the Bobcats. Anybody would have a tough day.
Second and 7 for Early County. They're up here 33-0. We play late in the third quarter. Here's a handoff going to Alexis Johnson, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. This time Mary Persons hems him up. Dexter Talmadge and Trevante Wilson, the right side defensive tackle, combine on the stop. It's going to be third down and 7 yards to go. Coach Steve Chafin trying to find some sort of answer, trying to get the momentum headed the other way. This guy just rolling with the flow here. He's got to be happy.
Delightful guy. Really enjoyed chatting with him before the game. Very enthusiastic.
Wideouts either side. Split backs in the backfield. And a draw play coming up this time to Johnson. Breaks one tackle. Crosses the 35. Gets out near the first down marker at the 40-yard line. Alexis Johnson did that all on second effort. Phylan Pettigrew, the strong safety, finally made the stop.
Not only is he an elusive runner, you'll see on the draw here, he's also got some strength to him. Good play action fake. Hands off to Alexis. Alexis makes some guys miss and then almost stretches out for the first down. I believe he's going to be about a half a yard short, maybe a football short. And I think the Bobcats will make the wise decision and put the quarterback, Freeman, back in the punting position and punt it away with a 33-0 lead.
Early County defeated Putnam County, Macon County, and last week #1 ranked Villa Rica in the quarterfinals to get here, and they've stayed on a roll. They lead this one 33-0. Freeman gets it away. It's a line drive. Bounces at the 20, taken by Jamario Smith at the 14. Smith finds some running room this time. Down the near sideline he comes. Finally steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Jamario Smith with a good punt return for Mary Persons. And the Bulldogs will go to work at that point. Frankie Williams at man again on the stop.
Good decision here by Jamario. Gets right up the sideline. They've got the wall set up. If he doesn't step out of bounds, I believe Mr. Smith would have scored Mary Person in the Bulldogs' first touchdown. But nonetheless, he steps out on about the 41-yard line, and they're back in business with quarterback Kelly Edge.
Put it down at the 41-yard line. 1:40 remaining in the third quarter. Counter play this time going to Daniel Gaines, and he takes it out near the 45-yard line before the door closes. GPTV is your PBS station serving Atlanta and all of Georgia with great programs like John Denver, Let This Be a Voice, Sunday evening at 9:15 on Nature. Don't miss his brand new special looking at the wilderness John Denver spent his life singing about. That's Sunday night, 9:15 on GPTV. Second down, 6 yards to go. Edge play action, throws underneath, complete to the tight end, and now they say it was incomplete. Up, they're going to give him a catch at the 48-yard line. Andre Zellner on the catch. You look over the shoulder of Early County coach Harry Wayne Parrish. Let's listen in here.
No, he's down when he hit down. The ball's down. Let's go, Brandon. You ain't making no plays. Brown can't call it. I ain't going to fuss with you, but I want to.
And this man's ahead 33-0. The handoff. Nope, they're going to play action this time, and Kelly Edge is hammered by Anthony Thompson, we should say, at the midfield stripe. Little play action in there, and Kelly Edge trying that right side. Watch this.
Ooh.
Good hit.
Big stick by Anthony Thompson that time. In Early County, you know, as you point out, Coach Parrish is very intense. He's got a 20-point lead at half, and the only comment he's got is not playing hard enough. What the boys are certainly playing hard enough now with a 33-0 lead. They are not letting up one bit. I tell you, whoever wins the game tomorrow, Carrollton or Pepperell, both are going to have their hands full, either one of them.
Third quarter has come to a close here in the AA semifinals at the Georgia Dome. It's Early County 33, Mary Persons nothing. You're watching it all on GPTV.
This is GPTV, your PBS station, serving Atlanta and all of Georgia. GPTV, bringing you the best.
As we begin play in the fourth quarter, Mary Persons facing fourth down, a little more than 1 yard to go. They trail it 33-0 to Early County. And the Bobcats digging in on defense. That's Mary Persons with the white jerseys and gold helmets in the handoff. Gone to the fullback, Big Wilder, and boy, he didn't get much in there.
He definitely didn't get the first down. I'm not sure he got anything on that play. Outstanding play by Early County on defense. They tried to run the little triple option in there, and Kelly Edge ready. Thought he could give it to Wilder for the first down, but nothing doing on the inside against Early County's tough defensive front.
It will be first down and 10 yards to go for Early County at midfield. Turning point in this game was a fumble recovery and touchdown in the final 30 seconds of the first half that made it 20-0 Early County, and then they come out. The opening play from scrimmage in the second half is an 80-yard run for touchdown by Alexis Smith, and that's been pretty much the story. The handoff this time is going to the fullback, Darren Barber. He gets 2 yards to the 48. Curtis Danley makes a stop. So second down and 8 yards to go. I'm Chuck Hushin along with John Dewberry. We're happy you can join us on GPTV. The second of 4 games coming up today. Our spotter, Richard Muster, he's spotting 4 games. By 11 tonight, those numbers will be running together, I tell you. Second down and 8 yards to go. Here's Alexis Smith. Little stop and go action, but nothing there this time as he is wrestled to the turf by Andre Zollner, the defensive end.
There you see Craddock coming back in motion. Play they've been running all day. This time, Andre Zollner steps outside and makes a big play. He's a prospect, Andre Zollner, on both sides of the football. Offensive on the tight end position, been very impressive. And he's been a real bright spot for Mary Persons this afternoon.
Loss of 2, 3rd down and 10 yards to go for the Bobcats of Early County. Freeman, play action, fires, has a man out there, passes too long for intended receiver Darren Barber at the 25-yard line. Phylan Pettigrew, the strong safety, on the coverage, but Barber had the couple of steps. There's the schedule for this evening at 6 o'clock. Doherty County taking on the Syrup Makers of Cairo, and the finale of the evening, Brookwood, undefeated, taking on the Valdosta Wildcats, a team with a great tradition. Brookwood, boy, they've been unbeatable practically in the past 3 seasons. Now we get a timeout called here by Mary Persons.
Donald Freeman made his first mistake of the football game. He missed his first pass with 10 minutes and 35 seconds left in the contest, and he actually had the guy open for a touchdown. But he's 7 of 8 for about 110 yards. Really been the difference in the football game.
Let's listen now to Coach Harry Wayne Parrish.
Turn him back into us. We're going to make the tackle. Turn him back in. Good job now. Don't let up. Don't let up. Don't let up. Let's go.
Very intense.
Want to get more out of your money? Tune in to GPTV this Sunday at 6:15 p.m. for Susie Orman's 9 Steps to Financial Freedom. That's Sunday evening on GPTV, your PBS station serving Atlanta and all of Georgia. Punting situation. Donald Freeman to do the honors, and it's a floater. Comes down to Jamario Smith at the 17. He gets it back to the 18 and no more. On the stop for Early County was Ricardo Wimbush. And so Mary Persons will go to work inside their own 20 at the 18.
Ricardo Wimbush, as Kelly Edge comes back out on the field, it's been a very tough day for him, but Ricardo Wimbush showing you why he's highly recruited football player. Gives his all on defense and even on special teams. Great kid, 4.0 grade point average, 6'2", 6'3", 220, 230-pound kid, running about a 4.5 at the linebacker position.
Edge going to pass, and it's off the hands of the intended receiver, Jamario Smith. And Ricardo Wimbush, as you said, 4.0 grade point average and 20 on his ACT, which is pretty strong.
And he was all over the coverage on that play. Had Jamario Smith made the catch, he would have met a very angry Ricardo Wimbush.
Has not decided on a college yet, but Alabama, Florida State, Florida, and Georgia all in the hunt. You see the score. We have 10:21 remaining. And this time, ball is carried by Kelly Edge. It's Ricardo Wimbush. Put his signature on that one. Correction, Darren Barber. Here it is.
Coming right at you. You get to see exactly what Darren Barber saw when when he saw the running back coming at him and into your television screen. And Darren Barber said that's about as far as you're going to get this afternoon.
The ball carrier, Daniel Gaines, who's been playing this afternoon for Terrence Walker, who went out with a leg injury in the first half. And that's got to affect the offense a little bit for Mary Persons. Pitch. Jamario Smith takes it from Edge. He's knocked down at the 19-yard line by guess who? Number 42, Ricardo Wimbush. Showing some of that 4.5 speed. Some of the happy crowd from Blakely, Georgia, watching their Early County Bobcats take care of business against Mary Persons. Here it is.
This straight dive play on the option, lead option, and Wimbush scrapes from the inside out, and makes a great tackle, open field on Jamario Smith.
Brings up 4th down and 9 yards to go. Brandon Key is on to punt it away. And it's a high floating punt. Takes Joe Williams back to the 45. Gives ground to the 43 and then out to the 48-yard line. We have a flag down.
You're going to get a clipping call on big Andre Zollner by, I believe, Alan Benson.
Yeah, Alan Benson wound up getting the tackle, too. Let's get the call.
Got a clipping during the run back.
There it is on your screen. There's a clip on Zollner by, oh, no, it's not. It is not Alan Bush. I apologize there, Mr. Bush.
Alan Benson, as we said, with the tackle. So it's first down and 10 yards to go after the penalty is assessed all the way back at the 33-yard line for Early County. They're 8 minutes 46 seconds away from advancing to the state AA finals next week. They'll go against the Pepperell Carrollton winner, barring a miracle rally here by Mary Persons. On the handoff, Early County. In the middle goes Larry Reynolds, I think. Eric Lucas is now in there at a running back position. He's just a sophomore, so I see some of the younger players now for Early County. That's Chris Price as he comes out wide to the bottom of your screen. Split backs in the backfield. And the handoff this time will go to Darren Barber, who gets a couple of yards to the 37-yard line before he's knocked down. Jadrian Grimes is in there at a running back as well. Here comes Donald Freeman. He's back in at quarterback on third down. And 7 yards to go. His team way out in front here, 33-0. And the handoff going to Little Grimes. He's going to get thrown down for a 2-yard loss. And more than that, maybe a 4-yard loss. Terrell Hughley made the stop on Jadrian Grimes. Watch this play.
Same play they've been running all day to Alexis Johnson, and this time Jadrian Grimes. Nothing doing on the outside.
And a good play by Terrell Hughley, the right side cornerback. So Freeman will punt it. Last time Early County won a state championship was way back in 1964 as Blakely High School. They won the AA championship. Jamario Smith dropped steep to receive, but they got some designs on winning one here in 1998.
Yeah, you take a look at
Early County Bobcats against the winner of the Carrollton Pepperell game coming up tomorrow afternoon. As we said, 2 Dome veterans going in that one. Carrollton had been preseason ranked as #1 in AA. They went into the third game. Villa Rica knocked them off, and they played in the Dome. In fact, to open the season, they met Elbert County here in the Corky Kell Kickoff Classic. And there's 8 teams coming in. That's a great event each year. And so Pepperell will also make a reappearance at the Dome. They were in the semifinals a year ago. Donald Freeman set to kick it. It's a line drive. Jamario Smith moves over, takes it at the 35, trying to get to the wall outside, and he finally gets knocked out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Jamario Smith. Darren Barber pushed him out of bounds.
taking a look at Coach Chafin, who's done a great job in relief, taking over for Dan Pitts, the legend down at Mary Persons, getting his team to the semifinals here at the Dome. Very successful as his first year as the head coach at Mary Persons.
Early County trying to go 13-1 on the year. First down, 10 yards to go. Mary Persons with the football. And the handoff this time goes to Jonathan High on a little scat back. He takes it for a good gainer all the way down to the 30-yard line of Early County. Joe Williams and Ricardo Wimbush combine on the stop. But that time, Jonathan High had good yardage as he ran that sweep. Watch it.
Yeah, just taking the play out of the Bobcats playbook and a little handoff sweep around the right side, and Jonathan High scats out for about a 25-yard gain and a first down on the 30-yard line. Mary Persons really getting about as deep as they've been in a while in this contest.
Stay with a wishbone set. One wide out. Pass is complete to Gary Davis at the 23. Takes it across the 20 down to the 16-yard line before Jarvis Wimbush, the left side cornerback, makes a stop. Gary Davis making his 13th reception of the year.
Here again, just a straight fake into the dive, big wild, and then throw the little hitch route. Gary Davis makes a move on the defensive back and picks up another 6 or 7 yards after the reception. Good piece of running that time by the receiver Davis.
So it's first down, 10 yards to go. And Mary Persons, one of their biggest threats of the afternoon here. Handoff to Mario Smith, slips down trying to make a cut at the 17-yard line. Ricardo Wimbush was there to cover him. It's going to be a gain of 2 yards. They mark it at the 15.5, so second down and a little more than 8 yards to go.
Just an inside power play that time, and Jamario tried to cut it hard back, and he found himself in the eyesight of Wimbush and the tackle.
Mary Persons cheerleaders still pleading for that touchdown. Here's a handoff. Jamario Smith once again takes it down to the 11-yard line before he's knocked down. Bulldogs pounding at the door now. Jarvis Wimbush on the stop once again. They'll mark it down at the 10.5-yard line. It's going to be third down and about 3.5 yards to go. Steve Chafin still pacing the sidelines. His team down 33-0. We close in on 5 minutes remaining in the game. Double wingback set this time. Wilder is a fullback. They motion Smith, and they hand it off to Smith, and he breaks it on down to the 1-yard line. Chris Price, a strong safety, made the stop, but it's going to be first down and goal to go. The big fullback, Wayne Wilder, got loose and picked up about 9 yards.
They've got a flag on the play.
Got a personal foul. Face mask penalty on the defense.
So that'll be half the distance to the goal line, and the ball's at about the 1.5 now, so about a 3-foot penalty. Bob Holman, the referee. First down and goal to go. Mary Persons trying to get on the board here. Early County digs in on defense. They hand it to Jamario Smith into the end zone, touchdown. So the Bulldogs finally draw blood here with 4:45 remaining in the game. Jamario Smith caps the drive, and it's now Early County 33, Mary Persons 6.
Mary Persons just showed their power that time on the goal line. Got a little surge by the offensive line, sent a couple of backs in front of Jamario Smith, and get on the scoreboard.
Ronell Spear, the old straight-on variety of the kick after, or the point after, we should say. And it's now 33 to say. You don't see many of those straight-on guys anymore.
No, you don't. Early County's kickoff guy kicks it straight away and slips off his foot occasionally, we've noticed. It's been a long time since I've seen a straightaway field goal kicker.
It used to be, you know, that was the name of the game. You had Lou the Toe Groza, remember him?
Remember him, and Tom Dempsey?
Tom Dempsey, who had no toe, but he could kick it a long ways.
He could.
Well, the celebration a little bit early with the Bobcats of Early County.
Straight, traditional power play out of the bone. Big block by Wilder, and Jamario Smith just finds his way into the end zone for Mary Persons' lone touchdown of the afternoon.
Offensive line gets very low, gets a good surge, and Jamario Smith takes care of business. You see Kelly Edge, the quarterback, and his numbers today.
Scoring drive, 7 plays, 51 yards, 1:47, and of course Jamario Smith going in for the 1-yard run. And which is fitting, Jamario Smith is Mary Persons, the Bulldogs' leading rusher on the season. Looks like we're going to have an onside kick here.
Alan Benson with the onside kick attempt, and it's covered at the 48-yard line. We'll unstack them and see who has a football. 33-7, Early County in the navy blue jerseys with the lead. And they say Mary Persons has a football. Here we go.
Really good kick and bounce. And then it's just a mad scramble. And of course, you got one Early County Bobcat and about 7 Mary Persons football players. They deserve the football.
Quantarius Willis had the recovery. The ball bounced off the leg of Jarvis Wimbush. He tried to cover it, but Willis was there first. So first down, 10 yards to go at the 49.5-yard line. Edge gets his play, and out of the huddle they come. Great drop. Myers' pass is intended for Gary Davis on the far sideline, but incomplete. I believe that may have been tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Same play they've been running all afternoon. This time, instead of a hitch route by the receiver Davis, he runs a little out route. And either the ball was tipped or it just got away from quarterback Kelly Edge as he was trying to throw on from the left hash across the field. Tough throw for anybody to make.
4 minutes, 37 seconds remaining. One wide out. Smith in motion, going to take the pitch. Jamario Smith cuts it back against the grain. 45, 40, 37-yard line before he's wrestled down by Chris Price, the strong safety. So first down, Jamario Smith, nice run. Here it comes right at you.
Good decision here by Kelly Edge. Go ahead and pitch the ball early before he had pressure just to get it out to Jamario Smith. Jamario makes a good move cutting inside of Winbush. And then had he not bumped into his own offensive lineman downfield, Jamario may have turned this into 6. Watch him cut inside here of Winbush, trying to get ambushed by Winbush, and cuts it back for several-yard gain.
Play action live once again. The pass complete to Daniel Gaines from Kelly Edge. Joe Williams knocks Gaines out of bounds at the 23-yard line. So that will go for about 14 yards and another first down for Mary Persons. You get a good look at Daniel Gaines, who has played here this afternoon for Terrence Walker, the regular halfback who went out early in the game with an injured leg. And we get a timeout called by Mary Persons. 4 minutes, 6 seconds remaining. Fourth quarter. Early County up 33-7. Go inside the huddle now for the Early County Bobcats. Here we go.
Settle down and play football. Listen to me. Stop, bull, linebacker. Hey, bull. 2 more strips. Don't hurt yourself by not playing it right. Let's go.
We're in the fourth quarter of our winter membership campaign, but before it's over this weekend, we need to gain a few more members. Otherwise, we're going to have to punt, and we're still a ways from the uprights. Call 1-800-222-4788 now and help GPTV score. And I didn't write that.
Well, whoever did, a punt doesn't go through the uprights.
We appreciate the efforts of GPTV to bring you these games this weekend, and this is really getting a great reception from the viewing public as well. Ed's going to put one up for grabs, and it's incomplete, knocked away by linebacker Ricardo Winbush. And that time, boy, Edge was getting big-time pressure right up the middle. I think Brandon Jackson was there once again. You see Kelly Edge. Watch it.
He had pressure from a lot of different players that time. Donald Braswell, you see him coming up the middle. Wilder misses the block on Braswell, and here comes your man Frankie Williams, puts the hit on him, and Edge is lucky to get that ball away, and also fortunate it was not intercepted. There you go, Frankie Williams nailing.
Frankie Williams has had a great game today. Edge straight drop, fires pass over the head of Gary Davis at the 20-yard line. So it's going to bring up third down and 10 yards to go with the coverage. As you see, Early County's Carlos Watts head back to the defensive huddle. Third down, 10 to go. Ball in Early County territory at the 23-yard line. Mary Persons with a football, but they're down 33-7, and they're running out of time, just under 4 minutes. Wide outs either side, double wing set. Handoff is going to the fullback this time. He crosses the 20 down to the 19-yard line, where Frankie Williams makes a stop. And on the carry for Mary Persons was Travis Smith.
Travis Smith in the football game, carrying for the first time in relief of the big fullback Wilder. And he picks up 4 yards up the middle on the straight dive from quarterback Kelly Edge.
Smith, 5'11", 180, and he's just a freshman. So Coach Steve Chafin trying to get him a little playoff time here, a playoff experience. We're going to get a timeout called And it'll be 4th down and 6 yards to go from the 19. Been a tough day for that man. Game turned very late in the first half on a fumble at the 6-yard line. Early County recovered that one, scored with about 1 second remaining in the first half, and then on the first play from scrimmage in the second half, Alexis Johnson sweeps left end and goes 80 yards for a touchdown. That made it 26-0. It's been all downhill for Early County since. They've been on a free ride. Here's 4th down. Edge getting pressure. One man misses. Nope, he didn't either. Down he goes at the 32-yard line. On the stop for Early County was Darren Barber. So on that 4th down play, the ball will go over to the Bobcats. 1st down and 10 yards to go at the 32.
Again, boot action by quarterback Kelly Edge, and I really feel for this kid. He has had pressure throwing the football all day long. If Barber didn't get him, Donald Braswell sure enough would have. As you can see, Braswell had hot on his trail as well. If you come in the picture, there he is right there. And then Frankie Williams right behind Braswell. He's been under unbelievable pressure all afternoon.
3 minutes, 29 seconds. Alexis Johnson is now in the game at quarterback. And he turns and hands it off to Eric Lucas. His second carry of the afternoon. Didn't get much. May have lost a yard or 2. Lost about a half yard back to the 31-yard line. So 2nd down and 11 yards to go for Early County. A happy bench there. They'll go against the winner next weekend between Pepperell and Carrollton. And that game coming up tomorrow afternoon on GPTV at 3 o'clock kickoff. Johnson steps under center, and this time he's going to get knocked down for a loss. Knifing in to make the play was Quaterius Willis. Willis, the left side defensive end.
It's just a straight sweep by the quarterback, faking into the line, and a keeper by Alexis Johnson. And as you point out, big stop that time by Willis.
Donald Freeman, his work is done for the afternoon. Hit that touchdown pass just before halftime to Chris Price. Hand off going to Lucas once again. He tries middle, not much there. Travante Wilson, the right side defensive tackle, makes a stop for Mary Persons. So it's going to bring up 4th down and about 12 yards to go for the Early County Bobcats. Clock rolls on. We have 100 seconds, 1:40 remaining now. Donald Freeman on to punt it for Early County. Get a good look at Gary Davis, who drops deep to receive for Mary Persons. Punt. Over the shoulder catch by Jamario Smith rather than Davis, and he is out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Larry Reynolds over to knock him out of bounds. Brandon Key enters the game, a 5'11", 155-pound sophomore, and he'll play quarterback for Mary Persons. They have the ball, 1st down, 10 yards to go at their own 34-yard line. 33-7 is the score. Early County way out in front. And the handoff this time going to Jonathan High. He tries to get outside, but Early County hems him in. We get a flag on the play. Stopped by Carlos Watts. You see him, number 29. Put the ball at the 35-yard line.
Dead ball. Right hit. 15 yards.
Personal foul called against Early County, so a 15-yard walk-off will put the ball out at midfield. And it'll be first down and 10 yards to go.
Put them in that corner and leave what you say is the same. Rotate the corner. Go now, let's go.
Yep. Bob Hallman running the show out there. And we are inside a minute now. Straight drop by Key, and a ball knocked down at the line of scrimmage. I think it was intended for Jonathan High. You get another look at Coach Harry Wayne Parrish, wrapping up his 8th season, and it's not over yet. His team will advance to the final round of the AA playoffs. Second down and 10 yards to go for Mary Persons. You see the score and the time remaining. And the quarterback stood up trying to get a pass away, Brandon Key, and he was sacked for a 2-yard loss. On the play was Chris Carter, a freshman defensive lineman. "27 seconds. This is probably the last play of the ball game. And the handoff going once again to Travis Schmidt. He goes down, and that's going to do it. Early County comes into the Georgia Dome, and they win their semifinal game here. Their 6th straight victory as they defeat Mary Persons this afternoon. 33-7 is your final score. Harry Wayne Parrish and his ecstatic Bobcats advance to the AA finals. And for John Dewberry, this is Chuck Hush. And stay with us. You're watching the Georgia High School Football Playoffs on GPTV.
Here with the man that won the game. You look up there and it says 33-7. Did you think it'd be like this?
No, sir. Absolutely not. I thought Mary Persons had an outstanding football team, but they wouldn't be here, and had a tremendous coach. I think they're very well drilled, and we're just proud to come out of here with this with a win of any kind.
How long is it going to take for this to sink in?
When we win it all, if we do. I don't know if we can or not, but we got one more week. We got one more week.
And it's going to be up against either Carrollton or Pepperell.
One of the two. One of the two.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Coming quickly with Alexis Johnson. Alexis. Okay, that's it. We got to get him off the field. 2 down, 2 to go. Back to you guys up in the booth.
Thank you very much, Alexis Johnson. Of course, big game for him, and big game for Frankie Williams on defense for Early County. As the Bobcats win it over Mary Persons, 33-7 is the final score. We'll be back with more on GPTV. Stay with us.
Major funding for the Georgia High School Association Championships is provided.
You're watching the GHSA football semifinals on GPTV.
Welcome back to the Georgia Dome. Early County has just beaten Mary Persons 33-7. And welcome back. I'm Jim Giannacchio, along with the coach from Gainesville, Chuck Conley. Coach, it's been quite an afternoon of football so far here at the Georgia Dome.
Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it up to now, and you've seen a lot of great defensive effort out there.
We got a game coming up tomorrow that's going to be incredible. Carrollton going to play against Pepperell. That'll be a game.
Yeah, I've seen Carrollton play once this year. Ben Scott does an outstanding job. He's got a bunch of great receivers, and they can throw the ball every which way. Got a good running attack. It ought to be interesting.
Back to the Early County game for a minute. There's a couple of key players. Darren Barber had a couple of touchdowns for them. But I'll tell you, that touchdown run, that 80-yard touchdown run by Alexis Johnson, really
Alexis has done a great job. I think that was the one play that maybe broke their back. He broke it outside, got down the sidelines, and really made a great effort.
Okay. We've got highlights that are going to be coming up here in just a moment. More on, so we have final stats coming up. And here they are. And as you can see, Early County, some big numbers across the board.
207 rushing. They did a great job. But I tell you what, the key to the ball game was Early County's defense. Those linebackers ran to the ball extremely well, and they just pretty much shut them down.
That time of possession is a big key, too. All right, here come the highlights of Early County and Mary Persons, and we begin with highlights from the first half. And this is off the left side, Larry Reynolds, a 2-yard touchdown run.
Fine blocking up front. You know, he didn't get touched till he was in the end zone.
Now Darren Barber scores on the 5-yard touchdown run. That made it 12-0 Early County. And they went for 2 points, Coach.
Again, good blocking up front. He throws it out here, a little swing pass. Sort of what we call a double slant, clearing the area out there, catches it, and there's your 2-point conversion.
And, of course, that was Alexis Johnson. Now Donald Freeman to Chris Price for a touchdown. That made it 20-0.
Nice fade route, good throw, good catch. But, again, he had great protection.
And, of course, that was 1 second to go in the half, and then this opened up the second half, and this was the back break.
I believe so. This is where Alexis made things happen. He got down the sidelines, and he has terrific speed. I believe this is one that's sort of put it on ice for him.
Alexis Johnson, he was our player of the game. And then Darren Barber follows with a 7-yard stamp to make it 33-0.
Again, he goes in untouched. Nobody touches him. Great effort. Somebody's doing a good job up front. The offensive line are getting all over.
And Jamario Smith scored for Mary Persons, their lone score. The final, once again, Mary Persons loses to Early County 33-7. Now, Early County will play one of 2 teams, Pepperell or Mary Persons. For a preview of Mary Persons, here it is right now.
Carrollton.